Welcome, Aftermarket Pros, to For the Record. Now, listen to a slice of wisdom, a concept, a sentiment, and maybe even a rant from one of your industry colleagues. For the Record.
Hey, Carm Capriotto, For the Record podcast. Now, we always serve up some heavy advice to ponder, and I want to help set the stage for you to make some tough decisions as you head into the new year. Of course, 2020, right here, right now, a new decade on our doorstep, and you need to do. Hey, here's a thought. Have you been looking for a way to increase revenue and average repair order? Well, how about improving your customers' satisfaction? What an idea. Hey, what if I told you that there was a simple way to do both? FlexCheck Auto could be the solution you're looking for. This innovative digital vehicle inspection software is fully customizable and conforms to your needs. FlexCheck Auto's transparent processes guides the technician step by step and ensures that when your customers receive their comprehensive vehicle report, that they'll know that it is a thorough upfront assessment of their vehicle's needs. That increased customer confidence leads to a higher average repair order and happier, more satisfied customers. Hey, get started today. You get a free 30-day trial at flexcheckauto.com. Hey, I've been overwhelmed by the topics, discussions, and trends going on in the aftermarket, and since my position is at the center of input from every aspect of the aftermarket, I can't help but to formulate an opinion or have a strong desire to share what I'm hearing and observing. Hey, I've done a previous episode, For the Record 66, on struggling shops and the rule of holes. Now, I wanted to come back and speak to my observations on a pathway toward unrivaled success. Hey, we've worked hard to produce over 650 episodes over 3 distinct podcast genres to help the aftermarket flourish. I'm bullish on struggling shops and their ability to turn things around. It's not easy, but you need to adopt a businessman's mindset. And if not, you're in the wrong business. Now, if you just want to fix things, get a job. But if not, start running a business. So many of the top-tier shop owners know that if the race to the bottom disappears, our reputation flourishes and everyone becomes profitable and we earn our just rewards for the hard work that we do. Enough said, but I want you to listen to my message and then do something about what you hear. Special links mentioned are on the show notes page at remarkableresults.biz/A078. If you're motivated by this episode and will make 2020 your best year ever, drop me a line. I want to know your progress. Hey, Carm Capriotto here, your Automotive Aftermarket podcast guy. Hey, with coffee in hand, here to talk to you about a few things. You know, have you followed some of the important storylines in the podcast library in just the last 6 weeks? You know, we've been talking about change, survival, success, overcoming and climbing out of debt, dominating your market, getting back to basics, being more organic, profitability, labor rates, loyalty, quality, technology. You get the picture? Now, every one of these episodes has the power of that single gem of an idea that can make a difference in your life and your business. But only, as my friend Malin Newton says, until you implement, it's just vapor. Hey, we're accomplishing our podcast purpose, I know, in all 3 of our specific shows, and we're serving up information and wisdom to help lift others. I know because you tell me. The top 20% of our industry is rocking. They see huge upside, and business for them is good. They've got there because of hard work, sweat, inspiration, accountability, and by implementing the training that they got, they became business people. As my friend David Johnson says, so many shop owners were technicians. He's right. They were quintessential fix-it people, yet not a business person. He bluntly recommends sell your shop to a business person or stop with the technician mindset and find your inner business person. For most, success doesn't show up on the doorstep like a gift from FedEx. Success will never happen if you just say, yep, I got this. Yep, I got this. And then never implement or do. One of your biggest problems is the knowing-doing gap. If you don't implement, then you're toast. So a wise word, don't be afraid to implement. And if what you implement does not work, don't give up. Failing forward is key. Learn from what you did or didn't do, tweak, and have another go at it. You are building experience and wisdom with each try. Hey, look, I want nothing more than for struggling shops to cross the chasm from just making it to having extreme success and profits. There are over 600 episodes of audio workshops with the formulas for change in the podcast content library, and I've never felt stronger about the growth opportunities that exist right now in our industry like I do today. I speak to a lot of your industry peers, shop owners, the coaches in the industry, technicians, and legacy industry leaders. And they are all bullish on our industry, but know that nothing just happens. You've got to work at it. Now, on the other hand, you may not be cut out for the entrepreneurial journey. Then it just may be time to get a job. However, if you want to turn it around, you've got to cut yourself out from some new and different cloth and emerge with a new commitment, attitude, a desire to learn and be an implementer. And if not, become an employee again. Hey, face it, you may not be cut out, as I said, for the entrepreneurial journey, and it may be best that you become an employee again. Don't rule that out. Hey, now I love this quote. Catch this. If you aren't sitting on the edge, then you're taking up too much room. Again, if you're not sitting on the edge, then you're taking up too much room. I've always, myself personally, been a bold italic kind of man. That is why I love this premise. Think about it. If you're not sitting on the edge, then you're taking up too much room. Now, that quote also tells me that if you are comfortable sitting in the full seat and leaning back, you're in a bad place, a bad position. Never be happy taking it easy. Always be forward-thinking and preparing for the next move, on the edge, ready to leap. So who's really responsible for the position you're in right now? Find that mirror, look in it, and wonder if not you, then who? Who will make the important changes in your business so you actually have a profitable business and not just a job or hobby fixing cars? You are the leader of your business with responsibilities to your people's paychecks and their livelihoods. You have a responsibility to your customer. They rely on you for their safe and reliable transportation needs. They trust you. Now, if you're not at the top of your craft, of your game, and of profitability, then can you give all that you can to all that you are responsible for? Hey, but most importantly, you've got responsibility to you and your family. You've invested a lot of money and time. For what? Can you say that your last 5 or even 10 years have been worth it? What do you have to show? Hey, you may be on your way, and that's great if that's the case. I'm proud of you. But if you continue to dig a deeper and deeper hole, it is time to fish or cut bait. So how will you sustain the subscriptions and tools you need to have? Will you be able to pay the wage and benefits necessary to keep top talent? Will you be able to spend on marketing? Will you have the money to spend on processes and systems to make yourself efficient, therefore generating the profits to reward yourself and your people and give your customers the best possible value in your marketplace? Hey, sorry for the rant, but I think it's necessary. You may just be the one person I'm trying to get to. Maybe I said something that hit a nerve. Well, I hope so. And that's going to change you and get you heading in the right direction. Now, I know one thing. It's tough to be a business owner. It's also tougher to be a do-it-yourself coach to yourself. And please don't discount the fact that our industry's business coaches, trainers, and consultants can help you in ways you probably cannot fathom. Just consider the power of an accountability partner. You may just need to face this one head on. Face the fact that they can and will help you discover what your strengths are and help you overcome what you don't know. And I know that you cannot afford not to. You've got to have the confidence to ask for help. And I know it's hard. Yep, you bet. It's the reputation thing that's going on. I've got a link to a great podcast to help you through asking for help. It's a Harvard Business Review idea cast. It's their episode 714. It's titled The Art of Asking for and Getting Help. I'll put the link in this episode's show notes page on my website to that episode. Find it at remarkableresults.biz/ F078. Hey, if you've not read Mitch Schneiders' book, MISFIRE, What to Do When Things Aren't Running on All Cylinders, well, then you owe it to yourself to start out 2020 with this read. Find it on my books page or on Amazon. We discussed it in Remarkable Results Radio's episode 468, and that is just one step in your 2020 progression to find your personal fix and profit stride. You'll really relate to the characters in Mitch's novel. Now, let's take a few specifics. Is budget a dirty word to you? Is it possible you just don't know where to start? Do you always run out of cash? How about considering the cool method of budgeting like Profit First? Now, we've done some great episodes on Profit First and even interviewed the author of Profit First, Mike Michalowicz. Just go to the website and type in Profit First in the search bar and consume these audio workshops. Implement what you learned and start seeing a difference in your business, I'll bet you in 30 days, just from a cash management position. Okay, so what about labor rates? Why is that every discussion we've had says one thing and you do another? Stop the insanity and review your labor rate, not against the shop down the street, but based on all your key performance indicators, and set it to sustain your profitability. And by the way, it's January 2020, and you'll need at least to increase your labor rate by the cost of living. Will you? Are you? Hey, what about training? Training for yourself, your service advisor, your technicians. What is your required number of hours per position? Do you bonus the training, pay for it, attend with your team, and instill training as a key component of your culture? And speaking of culture, how would you rate yours? Hey, what about tech? We are a tech industry any way you look at it. And what impact is ADAS going to have on your future? Each day inches toward ADAS having a bigger impact on our world. Can you compete with pay and benefits with the industries that are poaching our talent? Have you committed to DVI yet? And if not, why not? Hey, don't BS yourself. What books have you read? You know, we have a books page on the website, and when my guests talk about books that have impacted them, we post it. Imagine, leaders are readers. Hey, are you smartly managing the generations as employees and customers? Are you keeping up with the tech that the millennial generation likes to use? Do you know how to lead them as team members? I know I'm covering a lot, but it's all important. And are you of the age that retiring is on your mind? Or are you of the age and position where you want to expand? Are you looking for another shop? Well, succession planning is the top of mind for so many shop owners in their mid-50s and early 60s, and you'll be surprised by what it takes to sell or even succeed your business into a new generation. And this is a hot topic. Hey, do you remember leadership training in high school or college? I expect not. You've got to do that on your own. Find courses from AMI, industry trainers at conferences like Vision, ASTE, Apex, just to name a few. Hey, locally, look up SCORE. Your banker will know. Join a 20 group or industry networking group. Did I mention you need to go to at least one conference a year? Will this be your year to attend at least one conference? I bring all this up, and there's more, but I'll stop here. Thanks for indulging this far. These are just a few of the building blocks that we've discussed for improvement and to make positive change. Now, over the last 5 years here on the podcast, we've built a library of audio workshops that will help in every aspect of growing you and your business to new heights. 3 distinct podcast formats that you can listen to for free on demand and anywhere in the world. You know this, but don't forget to subscribe to each show on your favorite listening app. The flagship podcast is Remarkable Results Radio. It's the essential voices of the aftermarket sharing insights, ideas, and their wisdom so that all ships rise. Our second podcast, the Town Hall Academy, is where we take a single subject each week and we discuss it with your industry peers. So much to gain and learn here. And the third, the For the Record podcast. Now, there you'll hear a perspective on life and business issues that you may have never heard before. Its format is like the op-ed section of the newspaper. It is the perfect forum to hear from your industry colleagues and get your juices flowing. And I know, because you've told me, that these opines or rants may just inspire you just enough to formulate your thinking in a new direction. So how do you get your 2020 off to a great start? Great question. So many ways to do it. Let me start you off. Now start by writing down all the things you want to accomplish. Type it, write it, your choice. And you must assign each task to a person with a due date. Now that person needs to know of their responsibility to the task. So it's not just vapor. You must involve your team. Ooh, what a novel idea. And they must have tasks to do. Do not do any of all of this by yourself. Now think through your list. Here's a few. What's the training you want to provide? The people you want to hire? The systems you'll review and update? The marketing you want to deploy? The procedures that need to be documented and reviewed? The processes to bring greater efficiencies? The new tools you need to survive? The coach you need to hire? Hey, this is not a complete list, but you get it. And as I said, don't do this alone. Get your team involved. Ask them. Hey, when your plan is complete, share these goals with your team. Oh, yeah, you now have goals. Ask your team to go on this awesome 2020 journey with you. They need to be there with you every step of the way, and trust me, they want to be part of this. Engagement to a new level. Now, as I've always offered, if there's anything I can do, just reach out via social or email, Carm, C-A-R-M, at remarkableresults.biz, B-I-Z. I also have a contact form on the website. I'll reach out to my network and get you the best answer or help to point you in the right direction. Hey, thank you from the depths of my soul for your support in making these aftermarket podcasts such an important educational tool for every member of the automotive aftermarket and for allowing me to be an influencer for you. My team is dedicated to continue to bring you the industry's best audio workshops, interviews, and opinions that you can find anywhere in the aftermarket. Now, please use the power of these podcasts to make a difference in your life. Thanks again for supporting what we do. Please tell a friend. Now that you've listened to this, for the record, episode 78, it will just be vapor, poof, or just plain old sound waves, unless you do something about breaking out and having your best year ever.